I see it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast, our 5th anniversary season. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, Chief Content Producer and writer of jakestake.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. And if you're listening to us on our audio platform, please give us a 5-star rating. Please give us reviews, download this episode, and more. I'm thrilled to welcome this actor and producer and fellow Midwesterner to this podcast. Yeah. He starred in The Circle, which is a Netflix film, no relation to the reality TV competition. He also starred on American Crime Story, The People vs. OJ Simpson, The Hart of Dixie in Nashville. He's also a 3-time Emmy-nominated director and Emmy-winning director of the Amazon Prime video series Dark/Web. And as of this recording, he has over nearly 16,000 Instagram followers. So please help me welcome Michael Nardelli to the podcast.
Whoa, woo, hi. My awkward intro. What's up? How's everybody doing?
Hi, Michael. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to talk with me today. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for making time for me. Again, I apologize.
We have some crazy live guests on Michael's end, so just let everyone know Michael has a couple of dogs, so yeah. If you hear him barking, it's from him, not me.
I'm going to go on mute whenever that happens. Sorry about that. No problem
at all, guys. No problem at all. It's a live podcast, my friend. Anything can happen when on the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast. Right. We've had dogs come on multiple times.
Forgive me. Yeah, we have a puppy here. If you want to meet him, actually, he's the one that's been the loudest. Come here, Bowie. Come here.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have a puppy here.
Meet you. He's got like 100 Instagram followers now, I think.
Oh, hi, Bowie. I'm Jacob. Nice to meet you. You are such a good boy. You are so adorable.
He is most of the time. Right now, he's a little hyped up, but most of the time he's pretty good.
All right, so let's get into. So now we had our Bowie cameo and some dog cameos. Let's get back to our conversation, shall we?
Yes, let's do that.
When did you get interested in performing? How did that passion evolve into desire to pursue a career in the entertainment industry?
I grew up loving performing in movies and TV. Like I said, I grew up in stop, get it up, come here. Like small Midwestern towns and film and TV and all that stuff was like sort of my outlet. And it just like resonated with me from moment one. I watched The Wizard of Oz when I was a kid, and then got my Star Wars and Indiana Jones and all that stuff, and then like started getting into Hitchcock and everything, and just would always make little short films with all of my friends and write them and direct them and act in them. So I bonded with it instantly, like almost in the womb. I was telling stories in the womb.
Same here. I'm also a proud Star Wars fandom person.
Yeah.
I got to meet Ian McDiarmid this year when he was at Planet Comic-Con Kansas City.
You met Palpatine? Wow. That's a flex for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. This is the only time I'm flexing, because the thing is, it's like he's my probably the ultimate villain if we're talking like Bela Lugosi Dracula, Mark Hamill's Joker, Margaret Hamilton's Wicked Witch of the West, the Evil Queen from Snow White, on like the Pantheon.
Yeah, I agree. And you don't hear about a lot of like Palpatine encounters too. Like you see people with their Comic Cons and everything next to, but I haven't seen him. So that's good on you. That's good on you.
All right. So this is not about me. This is about you. So you had the opportunity to recur on American Crime Story, The People vs. OJ Simpson, The Hart of Dixie, Nashville, and Revenge. So what were some of the lessons that you learned from these shows to help you grow as a performer?
I think working on those shows and all the TV stuff I've done, recurring things, you really learn to work at a fast pace. It teaches you not to be too precious with your choices and like kind of like ruins whatever perfectionistic streak I have and I think other people have, because it's just, you come in with all these ideas of what you want to do with the day, and then you get one take and they're like, okay, we got to move on because there's so many people and they're doing so many pages per day, and you're a piece of a bigger machine. So it's like humbling in that sense. And yeah, just learning how to move at a pace and do your very best, and then be okay with the fact that you maybe didn't get all those moments and all those choices and all those things you wanted to do with the scene. just for financial reasons and everything, logistics, they have to move on. It's definitely a good learning lesson to just hit your mark and pray for the best and move on.
Absolutely. And I actually recently had one of the Nashville castmates on my podcast, Claire Bowen.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome.
She's so nice, and her husband is amazing. So, did you have a chance to interact with her while you were on Nashville?
I did. I was there for the last episode. So I kind of got to meet like this. It was the series finale, so I kind of got to meet everybody. And I think Tim Matheson was directing that episode, or they were doing two at the same time. So they had a lot. Like I said, they had a lot going on. You kind of like hit your mark and move on. But yeah, I got to meet the whole cast, and they were all awesome. Rachel was awesome, and everybody else. I had a lot of fun on that show.
That's amazing to hear, because the thing is, we think of Glee, Empire, Nashville, those three, and even the Bra Smash from NBC. Those were the four main musical dramatities that really made an impact.
Yeah, and I'm a big musical fan. I love so I didn't even know Hart of Dixie was so like musically inclined too until I booked it and started watching some of it. So yeah, we need more musicals. We need more musicals, right? I'm a big fan.
Absolutely. However, we have to leave the musicals and go into the horror, because almost 10 years ago, you started producing a popular Netflix original film, Circle, which I said no relation to the famous reality TV show called Circle. Correct. So can you describe the impact of that film to my audience?
The impact of Circle to your audience? Yeah, it's coming up on its like 10-year anniversary, and it keeps growing in its following. It keeps having these kind of like renaissances. Like during the pandemic, a lot of people seem to watch it and reach out to me and write in. They usually try to write back. Squid Games kind of gave it another burst of energy. But I think, no matter who watches it, they have a strong opinion, which I'm proud of. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Some people think it's hilarious. Some people think it's horrifying. Everybody has like a very interactive experience with it. And I think no matter what, stays to the end because they want to see how it ends. And I think it just resonates because I think we Mario and Aaron, who wrote and directed it, and I produced it, and we really made sure that kind of all these different voices and perspectives were represented in it. And because it's science fiction, we were able to have a lot of sort of like frank, important, topical discussions in the movie, sometimes uncomfortable, that have only gotten more and more topical as time has gone on. So I think that's like the legacy of the movie, was just putting all these people into a melting pot. And as uncomfortable as it gets, it's the truth. Like these are conversations that people are having and would definitely be having in that sort of like life or death situation.
I agree. And however, you received announced some big news coming, because The Circle has a sequel coming up. So how are you participating in this sequel, and why or why not?
I am participating in the sequel. We've been working on it for a really, really, really long time, and it's finally coming together in the way that it's meant to come together. And I'm producing it. I've been producing it. I'll keep producing it, and I could be involved in other ways. Like we have a lot of surprises in the movie for fans of the first Circle. So yeah, I might be involved in other ways. I might be a caterer on the set. I might be a gaffer. I might be on set photographer. I think I'll probably be involved in a lot of ways.
You might scare people.
Yeah. Scare people, surprise them, make them laugh. It's a really cool story. It's, again, super topical to like the world we're living in now. There's been a lot of changes in the last 10 years since the first one came out. So it's still going to be topical and uncomfortable and fun and exciting. And it's got a little fresh take on it, but still like the DNA of the first movie. So we're excited to finally tell the story.
That's good. I'm happy for you guys. But however, I may have to watch it with a blanket covering my head because I don't do horror films.
Yeah, well, you can do it. You're brave. You could do it. It's not it's not super gory. It's more just horrific in the way people treat each other. So maybe you can tolerate that. It's not blood and guts.
Okay.
It's not blood.
Okay. As long as you don't have any giant man-eating plants, symbiotes, a Power Rangers villain that was a lava creature named Dark Spectre, any reference to Thriller, Michael Jackson's Ghost, or zombies, I'll be fine.
None of that. Just everyday cruel human beings. Which you're on social media. You see it every day. You know how it works. You can handle. You can take it. You would survive the circle.
Okay. I'm
Little
in.
Midwesterner.
Alrighty, so I'll make sure to keep on my breathing breath, and I'll make sure to film a Instagram, a social media story. Say, "Hey, Michael, why the heck are you making me scared?"
It's good for you. It's good for you. You gotta face your fears, right?
Absolutely. Alrighty, so what have been some of the challenges that you face staying in our industry, and how have you overcome any obstacles?
Good question. There's new obstacles every day. I mean, it's definitely been a challenging time between last 5 years with, for everybody, pandemic, which shut down a lot of things. We had a strike, big strike, long strike. Things are always changing with streaming and it's definitely everything's evolving. Let's see. How do I survive these challenges? Was that the question?
That is correct.
I think just making sure I'm being creative and in a creative community. I'm doing a play here in LA this summer, and that's been a really great experience to work on really, really, really like a tough, hard, challenging material outside your comfort zone. No act breaks, just a two-person play. I think doing stuff like that keeps you challenged and creative and fresh, and then you take that back into film and TV things, and and then writing my own material, producing Circle all this time, just always making sure I have something that's fulfilling me on like a creative, artistic expression, getting that expression out. Just because that alone is like what makes me happy and what is fulfilling. And then any outside success or accolades or whatever the hell comes along is like icing on the cake. So as long as my base level need to be creative and perform and express is happening, and I have ways to control that now, then I feel good, and that's how I survive and keep going. I hope that was a good answer.
Well, Michael, and I think the biggest challenge is definitely doing a two-person play, because that's like, okay, nothing can go wrong.
Yeah, and stuff does go wrong, and then you roll with it and make that part of the show, and that's been really fun. But yeah, definitely a one-act, two-person play has been an amazing. It's called North of Providence, and it was written by Edward Allan Baker's this play that came out in the '80s, and we revived it. But yeah, just doing stuff like that feeds your artist's soul and kind of gets you back in what's important, what you love about it, and then all the minutia and logistics of like entertainment industry and things changing. They're like, just that noise isn't as loud because you're like, oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing what I love already.
Absolutely. So we got to talk about several years ago, you were nominated for several Emmys and you won for Amazon Prime Video Dark Web. So what's it be? So can you describe the show to my audience?
Describe what? Describe Dark Web? So Dark Web, it's an 8-episode series available on Amazon Prime if you want to watch it. It also has become pretty topical, I would say, over the last couple of years because I don't want to give away the ending, but let's just say technological advances that are happening every day factor into the story. That 2-letter word AI, let's say, there's some artificial intelligence stuff happening on the show that I think sort of predicted things that are happening now. Spoiler alert. But anyway, yeah, it's available on Amazon Prime, and it is an 8-episode anthology series. We worked on it with a lot of the Circle partners in crime. So my brother, Tim Nardelli, and Mario Michoni, who worked on Circle, we all came together and wrote and directed and produced this indie series that made its way to Amazon Prime and got some Emmy nominations. And it is scary. It's got some scary moments. Talks a lot about like how technology is evolving and factoring into our daily lives and daily traumas.
Oh yeah, and we thought that HAL and Skynet were scary.
Look, you and I know we watched those movies decades ago, so we saw this coming. I still am shocked that like people are just diving headfirst into all of it. And I'm like, did you not watch 2001, man? Did you not watch The Matrix?
Did you not watch Terminator Judgment Day?
Terminator, we know how the story ends. You and I do, but apparently other people think it's got a happy ending. Maybe it will. But yeah, it's scary, and dark web addresses that fear and that stuff.
Awesome. So let's talk about social media. So what is your favorite social media app to connect with fans?
I actually have been downsizing my social media. I am on Instagram kind of like exclusively now. I'm on Twitter. I look through there. I like to read stuff, but I'm not really interacting there anymore. So Instagram is where I'm investing my time socially. It's where I can talk to me. I have fun with it for the most part. And that's where you can find me at the Nardelli on Instagram.
Awesome. So last question, Michael.
Yes.
So besides those two things, where can I find The Circle and your other projects?
Okay, so Circle is on Netflix. You can watch it on Netflix. You can type in, remember, it's just Circle, not The Circle, not the reality show, not the Tom Hanks movie. It's like a red logo, 50 people, looks like a chessboard. That's on Netflix, and Dark Web is on streaming on Amazon Prime.
Awesome. So guys, did you miss an episode of the Jake Stick with Jacob Elyachar podcast? Visit our channels on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, and Spreaker. Jake Stick with Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Now, are you on social media? Because I'm on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Twitter and YouTube. Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Now, guys, want to know what's going on with AGT? What's going on with The Masked Singer? Want to find more of my music reviews or any more of my interviews? Well, head to the blog and start it all. jakes.shit.com, now entering year 13. Woo! All righty. Michael, it was a pleasure to have you and your incredible puppy family. And thank you. And I cannot wait for The Circles 2 and get scared by it.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Jacob. Congrats on year 13, too. That's awesome. That's major.
Thank you so much. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, have a great one, everybody. Goodbye.